Welcome back. The judges' scores are in. We know the fate of the three, but before we go there, we're going back to the Deputy Head of Mission for the Swedish Embassy in Zimbabwe, who happens to be our main sponsor for the quiz, our prime partner, who's been working with us hand in hand from the absolute beginning. So, a word from our sponsor.
Good morning. My name is Malin Krok and I'm the Deputy Head of Mission at the Embassy of Sweden in Zimbabwe. I would like to begin by thanking you all for tuning in to the National University's quiz competition, aptly themed Sexual Reproductive Health and COVID-19, an era of double-barreled actions. I also want to thank Say What, not only for organising this event, but also for facilitating an opportunity for young people in Zimbabwe to take ownership of their adolescent sexual and reproductive health and rights agenda, and actively discussing the shared responsibility to respond to the unmet sexual information needs of young people even during the public health emergencies such as COVID-19. I want to extend my deepest gratitude to the young people who are putting in their time and effort to bring you this exciting quiz competition. I would like to encourage all participating universities to enjoy and learn from this process. I hope that this exchange of experience and knowledge is beneficial not only to you, but to everyone who is watching. Sweden acknowledges that there can be no valid or effective health response in Zimbabwe without the inclusion of the young people in their diversity. To achieve the vision of 2030 Sustainable Development Goals to leave no one behind, it is imperative that the health needs of young people be adequately addressed. In this regard, the Swedish Embassy in Zimbabwe is proud to partner with Say What for the sole purpose of mobilizing young minds and voices as a strategic investment for sustainable development. I represent a government which is very strong about equal rights and opportunities. This is part of our feminist foreign policy as well as our current drive for democracy. It's our hope that by continuing working together, we can turn our commitment into action, action that can be seen and felt in the lives of every Zimbabwean, especially the young people. Once again, thank you to everyone who has joined this broadcast. It's only by working together and extending our circle of friends that we can make a difference. I thank you. Siyabonga, Tatenda.
So that, of course, was a word from our sponsors. And I'll quickly now dash to the adjudicators, one of the adjudicators, Rumbidzai Zimudzi, to give us her short speech on what the adjudicators adjudged over the past 2 days and a report on the quiz competition and, of course, the outcome. Rumbidzai, over to you.
Thank you, Rob, and good afternoon to our viewers, especially the students from the universities here represented. A warm welcome to you and thank you for watching. I'd like to let you know how we were judging this quiz. So for correct answers, we were giving 2 marks, and then for partially correct answers, we were giving 1 mark each for those questions. But you'll also note that there were some questions which that had ranges, and we were putting that into consideration. We were also not considering the issue of spellings. If a spelling was almost what we were looking for, we also awarded that mark as a correct mark. I think you have noted as we were going the categories that we had, and I'm very happy to announce that the category in which most of the students did well was family planning and contraception. And because these guys are from the universities, it really does show that learning is taking place in terms of comprehensive sexuality education. And also a very interesting question which almost all the students got correct was a question on the issue of condom use. Please give yourself a round of applause, and also in keeping with the Condomize campaign that is being carried out. We also, however, had a few issues in relation to the category on climate change And I would like to encourage not only the students, but us as a nation to maybe read more around issues of climate change, as that is something that we really need to focus on. But it has been an interesting 2 days. I would like to thank the students who have done very, very well. Basically, I think other categories that I have not really mentioned, STIs, HIV, SGBV, and sexual health, these were well answered. So the homework, or rather the takeaway, is for people to maybe focus a lot on the climate change category. Thank you very much. Right back to you, Rob.
Thank you so much, Rumbi. And indeed, something that I noted, and I think you could tell whenever I said our very favorite category, when I was talking about climate change, I really meant it was almost a disaster, as disastrous as climate change itself. Now, I have in the studio the director. He helped us open when we started yesterday, and I will implore him to come and speak, of course, his words of encouragement, of strengthening to those who made it thus far, and of course also to those who are watching from the spillover for us, and of course strengthen them and thank them for having participated in this absolutely amazing event. Jimmy Wolford, the director, please come through. So in the meantime, I will also, before Jimmy speaks to us, I will ask that today's event, we want to give a bit of a recap. There are some people who are just joining us right now. We've got a recap of today's events. So my technical director is going to play something for you so you see the road that we've traveled so far. So there they are, making a beeline for the studio. I'm good to go, and it seems so too are the teams. The rules remain as yesterday. Question number 1. In family planning, what does the abbreviation LARC stand for? In family planning, what does the abbreviation LARC stand for? Or what are LARCs? Apparently you're getting good word from the people. Your time is up. Stop writing immediately. And I shall ask, commencing with Gwanda State University, that you read the answer that you have written on your slate.
Long-term acting reversible contraceptive.
Long-acting reversible contraceptives.
Long-lasting reversible contraceptives.
On which specific date did World Health Organization declare COVID-19 to be a global pandemic? Gwanda State University. Okay, you know what? We'll have this discussion a bit later on. But look, read what's on your slate.
11 March 2020.
University of Zimbabwe.
25 February.
30 January 2020.
The correct answer is 11 March 2020. Who knows things like that? Gwanda, find a situation relating to or resulting from the influence of human beings on nature. Okay, stop writing. Gwanda State University, please state your answer.
Anthropogenic.
Okay. University of Zimbabwe.
Colonization.
And then the Midland State University.
Blank.
Blank. Gwanda, again, what do you guys do? The answer, apparently, is anthropogenic, which you got correct. And people, normal people are not supposed to get those questions correct. And normal people are not supposed to get those other questions wrong. So I'm thinking it's a sad month. It was a sad month for us. And if people were watching us on ZTN, we had a soft launch last year because we lost It's in this month, the late former president, Robert Mugabe. And he used to talk about colonization a lot. And I'm thinking he probably would have said, our anthropogenicizers who anthropogenitized our country. We took it and we are now sovereign. We are a free nation because we did away with anthropogeny. Since, of course, it's synonymous with colonization, according to the UZ. You couldn't even say colonization. Of course, I did promise that I would be going to the quarantine area, but I decided not to. If the mountain can't come to Muhammad, Muhammad must come to the mountain. They will come to me. To just give you a brief show of how close this was. There are 6 of you, and the points were as follows: 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. I will start by asking Bindura University, take the spot. You look confident of going through. Gwanda, where are you? Come and take the spot alongside Bindura. I will tell you that your 2 teams are separated by 1 point. One of you, as a team, is going through to the finals. The upside is Bindura is absolutely near. For now, get out of my studio. Unseal, send them out. I don't know what the others feel about it. What I can tell you, University of Zimbabwe, Harare Institute of Technology, my defending champions, Harare Institute of Technology, I will see you again in my studio when you hand over the trophy to somebody else. In the meantime, get out of my studio and get out, University of Zimbabwe. Recap indeed we did, and I'm sure you now have a good picture of where we've come. And of course, we've come from that journey with the director, Jimmy Wilford. Jimmy, please speak to the constituency.
Good afternoon once again, and good afternoon our viewers, good afternoon the students. Congratulations guys for taking it this far. The investment that you made in terms of participating in this competition is quite awesome. We are quite encouraged as the organizing team, the effort that you did put. Certainly this was a competition, and this is a competition. This is the 2nd edition. We had the 1st edition last year. It was quite interesting that I saw our quiz master, who was our quiz master last year. This year he was a participant. I'm not sure what's going to happen next year in the 3rd edition, what he is going to be. Quite exciting. So as you know, in a competition, there are losers and there are winners. And indeed, we are all winners, yes. But when you are looking at this prize trophy, it's only one institution that is going to walk away with this trophy. So for those that are not going to lay their hands on this trophy, I would say also congratulations, tough luck. You would try more next time, like what our adjudicators alluded to. We could go and do more around climate change. It was quite exciting on how some were responding more, especially the balance of the participants. You know, when you look at Midland State University, legal students and the medical students, say what deals with the public health issues from a non-clinical perspective. And here we are with the student who is going to be dealing with public health from a clinical perspective, participating in this competition, which was quite good. I was also watching the interest. So Bindura University, they were doing very well in terms of the environment side, the climate change side. Just so that shows us how balanced we are as students from the various institutions. So more importantly, for those that have failed to make it, don't despair. There is always more editions that are coming. We are going to have the third edition next year. And I must also congratulate you that you were able to, with Mr. Mkondiwa here, you know, you've always seen him on television and the newspapers. Now you were able to interact with him. That's also a plus for you. So guys, let's celebrate with those that are going to be announced as ultimate winners. And let's also take pride that we were able to come here and be part of this process. I thank you very much for the time that you invested in preparing for this competition. I saw the questions. They were really tough. I saw them on Sunday evening. I was shocked, but I'm happy that you were scoring good. Yes, some were having some very interesting answers. I remember Robert would simply say, HIT, please read loud what you have written. Well, they would have written something very interesting. You see it again when you go back home. Rewatch. To our partners, our stakeholders, thank you very much for supporting the students. We continuously look forward to continue the partnership so that we can mutually benefit from the work that we are doing with the students. Thank you. Over to you, Robert.
Thank you, Director. It's been a pleasure. And I will ask you to remain here because we have something absolutely interesting. Now, on the side here, some will not be able to be privy to that, but my dear Sandra will be assisting me here. Those other 14 who fell by the wayside who are not here, you shall be giving them their medals of attendance. They've got bronze medals to remember this event by. And we shall be having coming in first Samantha Mukoi and John T. Guma from Great Zimbabwe University. And you shall be giving them their two commemorative We've got two commemorative medals here. John Guma, Samantha Mukoi. If it was another year, it would have been handshakes all around. This year is like a war. Elbows. Thank you very much. Congratulations, and you may make your way out because I remember I had asked you to leave earlier ago. Yeah. Mercy Mtoko, Bindura University of Science Education, and Tanaka, who's also from Bindura University of Science Education. The lovely Sandra here always knows how to. A crowd favorite, Tanaka, who, because of just stand next to your director as the world sees you, because you deserve these 5 more seconds of fame before again I ask you to get out. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure, and you were amazing sports. I will ask Lizzie Gwanyanya from Manicaland and Prince Tarasada, also from Manicaland. They shall be coming through to receive their, because getting this far, they will have obviously pitted other people at their universities who want to have been in these prime spots, but they made it. Thank you very much, all the way from Manicaland. And Prince, we were working with Prince on other projects because he's always active in other SRH projects around the clock and around the year. Congratulations and thank you for coming. And again, get out. Carlton Jacob and Trinette Nyawai from the Chinhoyi University of Technology. Thank you, Sandra. please stand there. And some of you were battling to get the ultimate prize. When these guys decided no, they decided to leave early, but we kept them here because we love them. Trinette and Carlton, thank you so much and all the best next year. Paida Marufu Bonani Hlungwani, that's Lupane State University. They left back to back with Chinhoyi University of Technology. Take your spot. Thank you so much for making this a very exciting event that it was, and all the best next year. Tashinga Mungofa Tembani Kumalo, the University of Zimbabwe. You are the colonization team, aren't you? Yes, yes. Yeah. Colonization. It was a fine run. It was fun while it lasted, and you came this close, as you absolutely know. But it was absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for making this an amazing event. And finally, Anesu Chigumira and Maud Foucault from the Harare Institute of Technology. They're taking their time. They're probably unhappy. They had this trophy. They lost it. And at the moment, they are currently holding it. Technically, it's theirs until we hand this over. So Anesu and Maud, I'm going to ask you to get out again, but I want you at my entrance, because I also want you, when you hand over your glory to another team, and it's amongst these three, two faces shall replace yours. Leave. So it is what it is. I will now get to what everybody has been waiting for out there. What we shall do, and this at my discretion, is I shall announce the team that came in third. We shall start by handing over the gifts or prizes or awards that are due to them, and we'll ask you to go back to the podiums from whence you will have come. And then I shall announce the winner of the event, and may the runner-up come immediately and receive your runner-up prize. Before, of course, we have the Harare Institute of Technology, Director Jimmy Wilford and the entire team handing over, including, we've got in our presence Ebenezer Novella, the National Coordinating Committee NCC Vice Chairperson. I would want him here to help with the handover, and then, of course, he will give us the closing remarks before I send everybody out of the studio and turn off the grid to save my electricity. So, I will tell you that of the three finalists, third had 13 points, the second had 17, and the first had 21. Those are the points. And I shall ask for the bronze medals from here. I have no clue who, but I'm sure Sandra as good as she is in making sure we are disentangled. Whenever there's an entanglement here, she knows how to deal with it. She will have ready for me the 2 bronze medals. I will also have a t-shirt for the team number 3. I know you want our flash drives. I'm going to give you those. So, bronze medal with 13 points. The National University of Science and Technology, please come forward for your podium finish and your bronze medals. So, congratulations for a podium finish. You were dark horses, and whenever we would collate the results, we were always shocked at how you were always quietly eliminating the competition. You are the sort of people who would put discreet poison because everybody else was up and bubbly. You were right in the grass and nobody saw you coming. Congratulations. You may go back to your podium and go home and tell them, I, the boy from Keta, I'm coming home as well. I have got gold medals now that I need, that I will, I think I'll have my silver medals disentangled. Sandra. Bridget Dube Manavira is happy because she says her favorites, MSU and Gwanda, are 1 and 2. Somebody says they've got coronavirus symptoms. They're scared that the team they were not supporting may win. Get checked. Self-isolate. Yes, get checked. Self-isolate. Lawford Chiketa, go and self-isolate if you think you've got the... I think. And so, it is that I shall announce number 2, podium finish, and I shall, of course, I know you've got power issues all around. I don't, and certainly I could see a lot of you excited with our buzzers, and you kept switching them on. And when you've got power issues, when you get back home, you've got these very strong traveler power banks going along with your silver medals. So, I shall announce the winning team, and may the runner-up immediately come and collect their prizes. With 17 points, Gwanda State University, you are number 2. Come and collect your prize. As MSU with the 21 that I mentioned, you are crowned today's kings and queens. And congratulations to Gwanda, another NUST. Another 2 that were hiding all the time, lurking, that's the word, lurking in the shadows. Congratulations, and are certainly in order. You did marvelously and you played an absolutely amazing game. I will say before you leave, what made me endeared to you was how when the answer is not supposed to be known, it's like something right in the deepest depths of the ocean, you would know that answer. It seems you hated easy questions, but the hard questions, that's where you have a lot of fun. Congratulations, and we hope to see you next year. Take your podium, finish there behind that lectern. I shall ask that my studio be reopened one more time for the Harare Institute of Technology, as Anesu Chigumira and Maud Foucault also come to the stage here. I want you guys to stand over there a bit. Yep, absolutely. No, you're supposed to hand this over and you have to tell, yep. So I'll ask Jimmy, no, give it to them. They need to hand it over. Yeah, and so that this is not cheating. You will say we gave it away. If they ask you when you get back to the university, ko trophy takaisiya tisu takatovatambidza veku Midlands State University. So I think with 100 hours available of power, you don't need the power banks, you need these phones that I'll also put in along with your gold medals, because gold it certainly is. Take your time, walk up to the podium, do as you wish. Everybody was waiting for you because this is your moment, this is your time. Midlands State University, come forward. So I'm sure ku Midlands vari kuimba kuti maona here dhokota na lawyer, just in case she bungles up. Thank you, love. That's Sandra, who does not want to. Well, we'll briefly hand these over to you, just so that you feel them and you know there's something in there, because that is a very heavy trophy, and it is a very heavy burden for these two to be handing it over to you. It must be a painful feeling. So I have never handed over power like you guys are doing. So Anna Robert, but now I'm superintending over you guys, and I'm seeing this transfer of power. How does this feel, this moment?
Well, I must say it's not really a certain moment, but it's a moment to grow from your failures. You need to learn from your failures so that when the next competition comes, definitely next year, we have to come back and get our name engraved again.
So not a sudden moment, he says, but they will. They've been motivated to come back and have that name, their immortal name of Harare Institute of Technology, again appended and engraved onto this. What a good sports team you are. And to you too, congratulations. The rest are going to need doctors because they're probably unwell. It is something that's not going to go down well with them. Some are going to need lawyers because there's going to be a lot of fighting. How did we lose? You have both. Congratulations. Hand over what does not belong to you and hand it over to the rightful owners. Congratulations, Jimmy. So, come forward for your pictures. And then I will ask at this moment that the National Coordinating Committee, NCC Vice Chairperson, also come and join in these festivities. Yep. Yes, absolutely. I'm sure they'll. And I think as you hold the weight of your win, I will keep you here holding that weight, because winning is not an easy thing. They say uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. You are wearing the crown for the next year rather, and well, congratulations, but feel the pain of having to hold that. And I will now allow Ebenezer Nobela to give us the closing remarks as we close what has been an eventful 2 days. And I will say this because I think we wanted to have you speak earlier, but Ebenezer means this far.
That's
Exactly, the
taken,
Lord has
yes,
taken
yes,
us. And
sure.
of course, Ebenezer indeed for MSU. Ebenezer, it's your time.
Thank you so much, Rob. First of all, I'd like to say congratulations to the winners, our new and reigning champions, Midland State University. Congratulations very much on your achievement. We hope that the rest of our participants are motivated to go back and work harder so that they may stand a chance to stand where you are next year. Now, it's my singular honor to be giving the vote of thanks, particularly to thank our partners, to thank our participants. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Embassy of Sweden in Zimbabwe. They are our biggest partners. They've stood with us and they've supported us. So we are very, very much grateful. And in their absence, we would not have been able to have this festivity, so to speak, a success. Next up, I would like to thank our student participants from each university, each whom dedicated their time, their passion, their effort and sacrifice to make this year's edition of the quiz a success. And further, I would like to thank our 10 state universities, particularly the university authorities, for allowing us to engage in this very, very mind-blowing event, enlightening and also very educating in various areas. Great Zimbabwe University, Midland State University, NUST, the University of Zimbabwe, LSU, that's Lupane State University, Bindura University of Science, Education, Gwanda State University, Chinoi University of Technology, Harare Institute of Technology, as well as Manicaland State University of Applied Science. We remain grateful to the university authorities. Next up, we are also very grateful to our adjudicators who have impartially evaluated our results, and they have helped us to reach the stage that we're at. And I'm pretty sure our MSU fellas are very grateful for the meticulous job that has been done by our adjudicators. Also, I cannot emphasize it enough how much we are grateful to the Say What Secretariat, as well as the volunteers for Say What, for their running around and making everything here possible. You will also be aware that there's a lot of stuff that happens from behind the scenes and a lot of running around. So we are very much grateful for that. Next up, we also thank the ZTN production crew, who also have enabled us to reach the world, really, in this global era where just by being on the internet, you're able to reach any part of the world and share knowledge, this valuable knowledge, with the rest of the world. Also, it would be a great disservice for me not to mention our student movement from online platforms who have remained with us, participating, tweeting, retweeting, tagging, and doing all that wonderful business. We are very grateful to you, and may you continue with that support. It's something that we appreciate. It's something that's very beautiful for us. Finally, I would like to thank the noble gentleman standing next to me, Mr. Rob, our quiz master, who has been giving us quite a bit of entertainment here. And we're also very grateful. I don't know, however, from the look of things, if we're not going to be seeing him next year as a participant, because there's some sinister event that I saw. Anyways, having said this, I like to implore you as students from across the nation and the world over, that at the back of our minds, let's remain unrelenting in our core values as SRHR ambassadors. And that is to maintain our boldness, our vibrancy, our unending zest for learning. It's something that's invaluable to us, and it distinguishes us as a people and as students and as future leaders as well. So without really playing around with words and wanting to spend time on air more than I'm supposed to, I will take this time to thank you and also thank the NCC, my team, who also have accorded me the time to be here. And also to thank our executive director, the Weekend Farmer. Thank you so much. That will be all for me.
Thank you so much. And I will also say the Weekend Farmer, we need to thank him, the director, and also thank his housemates who are at home, who allow him to work with us on these very taxing events. And certainly some people out there, people who ardently follow us here on Zim Papers Television Network, you were saying the comment section, we made this interesting. Of course, you made it interesting, and we would like to thank you all the time, eternally, for you and how you always support us. Sometimes, well, your comments are more savage than mine. What I will say is our hard work, our energy and tireless dedication has brought us this far, and indeed the ultimate winners are Midlands State University. Congratulations so much, and I know you now are feeling the pain of being winners, but now I will release you. I will release you, world, and thank you for joining us here on ZTN as I let the winners go home and enjoy themselves. We will see you next time on ZTN, on the numerous other programs and platforms, and of course we will see you also next time when we host Say What. We've got debates, the quiz. It's certainly here because this is the home of Say What, a home that we've given them, and this is the home of the Swedish Embassy in Zimbabwe. Stay safe, have a great night, and stay at home, and we shall always remember you in our hearts.